Alright guys, so today we're gonna learn how to write a letter. Can you guys clear off your desks? I'm handing you a sample letter, so it's actually a blank template, and we're gonna fill it in after we go through our presentation. Yep, thank you guys. Go ahead and get your pencils out.
Man, I don't pencil. Hey, where's my pencil? I don't know, but there's more over there in the bookshelf.
So when you look at your paper, the two small lines that are together should be on the bottom. Everybody see that? So, why do you guys think it might be important to learn how to write a letter?
Because if you don't know how to write a letter, how else you write a letter?
True. Yeah, if you don't know, how are you going to ever write a letter?
That's true.
Right? And it's also important because, nowadays everybody texts and calls and, you don't really see, sometimes you see people face to face, but giving people a letter is like building a relationship with somebody, right? It's a way of making a better bond, continuing your relationship, and it just has a little bit more like of a sentimental value than just sending a text, right? And I know some of you have classmates that moved away, so that maybe it'd be a good idea to write to your classmates, right? And then I'm sure they'd be very surprised to find a letter from you in the mail, right? Have you guys ever received a letter in the mail? No?
Wow.
So maybe we can write to each other. That would be something nice, right?
Oh.
So you have something to open, and you can see how fun it is to actually get something in the mail. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
When I get home, check the mailbox, and see something with my name on it, and you wonder, oh, what's inside? So today we're going to talk about how to write a letter. So letter writing is fun. So first, we need to decide who we're writing to. Does everybody have an idea of who they want to write to? Yes, Joe?
I'm going to write to Lee.
Me too.
Okay, you guys can write to Lee. I'm sure he would like that.
Yeah.
Anybody else? You guys can write to each other. Or you can write to a grandma or grandpa, or even your mom or dad, or a sibling, or a cousin. You can write to somebody far away. That's the beauty of being able to write a letter, right? You can communicate with people all the way across the world. Or across the states, if you know somebody who lives in New York or Florida or even Texas, right, or Alaska, you can send them a letter, and it only costs 50 cents to send a letter. So there are actually two different kinds of letters. One is a formal, and one is informal. Angel, can you read what formal says?
Someone we don't know, like a community member and a employer.
Yep. So someone we don't know. So a formal letter is going to be something that we write to somebody we don't know. So if you're applying for a job, if you're, somebody in the community you're writing a letter to or telling them about something or asking them for something, that's going to be a formal letter. Gerald, can you read what informal letter?
Someone we know, like a friend or family member.
So an informal letter is someone we know. So what do you guys think we're going to be writing today? Are we writing a formal or an informal?
Informal.
Informal, because we're writing to a friend. We're writing a friendly letter.
Or a family member.
Or a family member, yep. So there are 5 things that you must include in your letter. Emmanuel, can you read number 1? Date. Alex, can you read number 2?
Salutation or greeting.
Salutation or greeting. So our first one was date. Date is going to go all the way on your top, what is it, your top left-hand corner. Okay, but we'll fill it in after we go through our presentation, so don't worry about it right now. And then salutation. Do you guys know what salutation means?
No.
So look at the first 5 letters of that word. You can see how it says salute. You see the hidden word salute in there? What does salute mean? Yeah, that's what it means, right? When you're in the army, you salute people. So salute is a way of greeting people, saying hi. So salutation is a way that we say hi. So that's going to be going on this line right here. And that's where you know how most letters say dear, and then the person you're writing to, and then comma, right? And that's your greeting. And then you're going to have number 3. Gabe, can you read number 3 to us? sound it out. Yeah, body. Right? So that's the body. It's the body of our letter. So the body is going to go on this big part, right? And this is where we're going to say something like, hey, how are you? I've missed you a lot. I really hope you're doing well. I've been going to school for 4 months and I can't wait for summer break in 3 more months, right? And then number 4, Thomas, can you read number 4 to us? The closing. So that would be on your last line, you're going to write your closing. You're going to say something like, I really hope to hear back from you soon. And then on this line, you're going to say something like from, or sincerely, or love. And then number 5. Ian, can you read number 5?
Signature.
Your signature. So what is your signature?
From.
Yep, who it's from. So you're writing your name, right? This is when we write our name in cursive. Most of us write in cursive just for your signature. That's going to go all the way at the bottom. So when you're writing a letter, it's important to remember that your handwriting needs to be legible, right? Nice and neat. That's what legible means. Nice and neat. It's readable, right? Remember to leave spaces between your words. So we don't want our sentences all just words together, right? We need to have spaces between every word. And then we can double space, but this is already double spaced for you. So if you just write on these lines, it'll come out perfect. So that's how we're going to write the date. So let's everybody go ahead and write the date at the top of their paper.
That year looks like 2017.
That was 2017, huh?
You know, like today's date.
Did everybody get that? Today's date.
Nice and neat.
2/25, yep. February 25th. Did you get that, Alex? Nice. I like the way you're using your spaces. Good job, Emmanuel. Got it, Thomas? Okay.
Line over here?
What was that?
The line over here, right?
Yep, that's right. Perfect. Alright, let's see. So the salutation, we're going to use dear, okay? So on this line right here, the one that's right here, we're going to write dear. And remember, dear always starts with a capital when you're writing a letter. So then,
Looks like Dear Ashley.
that says Dear Ashley, but we're going to fill it in with our own word, right? With our own person's name. So if you're writing to Lee, go ahead and write Lee. If you're writing to Grandma, go ahead and write Grandma. If you're writing to Miss Jody, go ahead and write Miss Jody.
But Miss Jody's not here.
That's why. So maybe it could be a surprise for her, right? She's not here today?
Put it on her desk.
Yeah.
But where is she now?
I don't know. I think she had an appointment.
Appointment?
She's at her cousin's house.
So go ahead and write dear and the name. Remember, capital D and then the name. And then one important thing that goes right after the name,
Comma.
the comma. So sometimes I see people put their comma right here
Oh no.
after dear. That's not where it goes. When we're writing a letter, you always put it after the name. So, dear Grandma. Did everybody get a name up there?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got the salutation? Perfect. Nice. So the comma. Don't forget your comma. Right here. Oh, another important thing to remember is if we're writing to somebody, we always need to use a capital letter at the beginning of their name, right? So the L should be capitalized. Great job. The J should be capitalized. Nice. You having trouble thinking of who you're going to write to? Do you want to write to your Grandma Becca?
No.
Do you want to write to your brother? Or your sister, or your dad,
No.
or an uncle or aunt maybe?
No.
Can you think of anybody?
No.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Okay, try to think of somebody. use a capital letter and a comma.
Or somebody in the class, Thomas.
So the body of your letter, that's going to go on this big space right here, the body of your letter. That's where you're going to say things like, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Or like this one says, Dear Ashley. Gerald, can you read that for us?
Dear Ashley, hello. Dear Ashley, hello. I hope you had a great winter break. My family and I went on vacation and went skiing.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, I know I see a little mistake there. Thanks for just skipping by it. So this is where you're going to communicate your thoughts and ideas and questions. And it needs to be written in chronological order. Does anybody know what chronological order is?
No.
It means in like a timely. So like if you say first, you know, I hope you had a great summer vacation. This summer I went to Lake Tahoe. Second, I went to Great America with my best friend. And third, or lastly, I went camping for 3 days, and I had lots of fun. So it has to be in chronological order, so you have to make sure it's going in order, like in time order, how the time goes, okay?
Like that, for instance?
Yes, yeah. So it's in order or in a sequence. Oops.
You pushed the wrong one.
Yep. So we will get back to the body right after this, and then the last part is going to say where you say something like
Your friend.
your friend, or from, or sincerely. So we're going to write our body paragraph, and then you can write anything you want, and then your signature. That's our closing and our signature. So after we finish writing the body of our paragraph and we finish up our letter, what are we going to need to do to send our letter?
The mailbox?
Yeah, put it in a mailbox.
First need to address.
Yeah, you need to write an address on it. That's right. So, Emmanuel, can you read nice and loud the things you will need? Envelope.
Envelope, pen, box, stamp, complete letter.
Yep, so completed letter. So this is what our envelope is going to look like. If you turn your papers over, I put a sample of the envelope on the back of your paper. So go ahead and turn your paper over, Ian. So this is what our envelope's going to look like. Does anybody know what's going to go right here?
Your friend's name.
Close.
Address.
Whose address?
Our address.
Your address. So your address is going to go right here.
Then
Right? Your name goes on the first one, your address and your street name go on the second one, and your city, state, and zip code go on the last one. And what's going to go on this side?
Your friend's name.
Your friend's name. And what else?
Address.
And his address. And then, what's the other thing that's going to go in this corner right here?
Here's stamp.
A stamp. So where can we get a stamp from?
From the post office? Post office or store.
Okay, a post office or a store. Yeah, that's where we get our stamps from. So, let's see. There we go. There's the return address. So do you know why we need to put our address in this corner?
Because they want to know where you come from.
Yeah, so they can know where it's coming from, and if it gets lost, if we accidentally spell something wrong right here, or they don't live here anymore and it gets lost, they know where to send it to, right? Because they'll say, okay, Angel sent this, let me send it back to Angel, right? And then after that, we're actually going to take our stamps. Yeah, we're going to actually we're going to find a bus route, we're going to go to a post office, and we're going to send our letters, right? All right, so let's go ahead and work on the body of our letters. Let's go ahead and turn back to the front page and let's work on the body.